Welcome back to my channel Asian Fempreneur. Thank you to those of you who have already seen my videos 4 ways to break the bias. I have a goal to have 100 subscribers by the end of April 2022. If you haven't done so, please do subscribe down here. Last week, during the International Women's Day itself, we hosted an event, Women in Tech Break the Bias event. Basically, there are panelists of women speaking about their experiences in tech career and the biases and challenges they may have faced. One of the attendees was this man who asked this question: how can a man better support women? I thought that was a very brilliant question, and I would like to discuss that in today's video. Let's check it out. Before we can answer that question, I would like to just talk a little bit about the issues that women face. I mean, being a woman myself, I think I can speak to some degree. The issues that women face have lots of dimensions. Social construct that women is supposed to be modest, expectations to care for family members, glass ceiling in workplace, and others. There are also some studies to support that. For instance, there's a study saying that women tend to give more credit to their male teammates and take less credit than themselves. Another study also suggests it benefits a man to downplay how much work went into his ideas, while it benefits a woman to prove how much work went into hers. Another study says that women in workplace are perceived as bossy, pushy, and aggressive for pushing to advance or receiving higher pay, while men are perceived as go-getters for the same behavior. Did you also know that women who are assertive of themselves are found to be less competent, less socially attractive, and less hireable than self-promoting men? This expectation for women to be modest most often than not are more strongly defended by women than by men in an article in Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. So now we have seen the issues that women face. So now the questions are how to be supportive, right? You might have come across these terms, ally and advocate. So I'm going to talk a bit on that, but might be worth to have a separate video to discuss this because there are different definitions, and actually there's also a third term called activism, which I won't talk about that here because that will digress from the current topic. Let me know in the comment below if you'd like a video on the difference between ally, advocate, and activist. According to Merriam-Webster, being an ally means one that is associated with another as a helper, a person or group that provides assistance and support in an ongoing effort, activity, or struggle. So that's being an ally. Being an advocate means one who supports or promotes the interests of a cause or group. So they are both similar and used interchangeably depending on whose framework you are using. I prefer advocacy when it means writing or speaking on behalf of the group you're representing. I would like to tell you the story of Dr. Denis Mukwege, who is a Nobel Prize laureate from the Democratic Republic of Congo, who has been devoting his adult life to treating the women victims of abuse by Congolese rebels and ending the use of sexual violence as a weapon of armed conflicts. In his book, The Power of Women, Dr. Denis Mukwege was asked why he's the one talking about women's rights in Congo and not the Congolese women themselves. His answer: I defend women because they are my equals, because women's rights are human rights. My role has always been to amplify the voices of others whose marginalization denies them opportunities to tell their stories. I stand at their side, never in front. I love what he says about amplifying the voices of others whose voices might not be heard. For the purpose of this video, I would use the term ally and advocate loosely, so we can use it interchangeably. Now that we have seen the issues and some of the studies, as well as what being an advocate means, how can we be a better advocate or ally? I'm going to share with you 4 ways on how we can do that. Way number 1, really listen to what the women are saying. I noticed one similarities that my male allies tend to possess. That is empathetic listening. They take interest on what other people are saying, in this case women. They also ask them to explain further if they don't understand the background or context. This is something that you can do also. Listen to what the issues are, probe them, question, ask them to explain if you don't understand where they are coming from. Way number 2, educate yourself on women issue, stay curious, pay attention to the issues women around you are facing. You can read, you can attend events, you can network with women. Most often than not, they will be under the label of the diversity, inclusion, and equality. Also, you can follow channels like Asian Fempreneur that discuss about women issue as well as how to support women. Way number 3, give credit to the women who do the job in front of the people that matter. We women tend to downplay our accomplishments out of modesty, which means we are uncomfortable to speak out about our achievements even though they are facts. There is a study that proved this. As a man, what you can do is to help voice the women's achievements she is not saying. A personal example would be just last week when we were in a gathering of fellow entrepreneurs and student of entrepreneurs as well. When we did introduction, I introduced as best as I could, but at the time, actually even currently, I'm still learning computer science. But I didn't include that in my self-introduction because I felt that I'm not an expert yet, I'm still learning. I'm not confident of that yet. But what my business partner, he's one of my male allies, during my self-introduction, he actually added that I'm learning computer science for my own benefit. You don't have to do something like this, but if you know that there's a women around you who you know are doing something, learning something, and you find that impressive, it might be something small, but you know that it means something for them, and when they are not voicing it out, voice it out for them. Way number 4, praise genuinely. Women tend to overthink and question ourselves if we have done enough. We are basically our harshest critic. It might be a small thing, but if you see something, she has made an effort and accomplished something, do praise her. Women are motivated by the fact that someone take notice of their effort and acknowledge her effort publicly. But don't overpraise because we can detect if you are sincere or fake with your praise. So remember, it's not about you, it's about her. You are the supporter and let her shine. This is pretty much applicable to everyone, especially when addressing underrepresented group. That's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and please do subscribe and like the video if you like it. See you in the next video. Bye-bye. Societal means societal issue means social, such as